Hi, this is W9DR, Dave. I'd like to show you my homebrew 6-meter RF amplifier. It will put out 1400 watts. I run it at 1 kilowatt out. It's an LD MOSFET made by NXP, and it's BLF 178 XR. It's water cooled. There's a water block right underneath the pallet. It runs in class AB. The input of the pallet is protected by a 6 dB pad that could be accidentally overdriven by an SDR 1500 on 6 meters that will put out 5 watts. This amplifier will put out around 1 kilowatt easily with about 1.5 watts of drive. That's coming out of after the 6 dB pad. The water comes from a container that Riley is watching, Riley the cat. It's got a fish tank pump, and there's about a gallon of water. The pump is pumping up about 4 feet here. I'm just testing how much head this particular pump can do. It'll do easily 4 foot at 1 GPM, and it's pumping up through 3/8 inch ID plastic tubing. The idea and the reason why it's water cooled is for the size, the form factor, the size of the amplifier. I want small so I can carry the complete station on. The SDR 1500, a low pass filter, which is good for 3000 watts, the double pole double throw coaxial relay, bird watt meter, and the mean well power supply. More about that in a moment. This is what it took last year. You can see it's quite a bit bigger, but the amplifier is exactly the same pallet. Puts out the same amount of power, but it's much bigger. I'll fire it up. This is a Meanwell power supply. It's the manufacturer's name. It's quite small. It puts out 42 amps at 50 volts, and the voltage is adjustable. It'll do 2000 watts output continuous DC. I measure the current and the voltage and the power that the amplifier is consuming by a device made for the electric RC planes. It will scroll the voltage under load, the amperage that this amplifier is drawing, and calculates the wattage and also the amp hour. $30 for that device. It's an amazing device. Everybody needs one if they're into solid state amplifiers. To get an idea of the size of the amplifier, it's quite small. I'll fire it up here in beacon mode. I'm going to British Virgin Islands. VP2 Victor will be the prefix. My call will be VP2V slant W9DR. I'll run this on 6 meters in beacon mode. I've got it programmed. I can adjust it for running every 5 seconds the sequence. It's now putting out around 700 to 800 watts, and I've measured the amplifier, the heat rise of the water. I monitor the pallet temperature, spreader, copper spreader, and the idea is not to ever get it much above 135, 140 degrees. But this cooling method, water cool method, it doesn't even come close. The rise time on the water is about 4 degrees every hour, which will give me plenty of headroom for a 5 or 6 hour band opening, hopefully, in the British Virgin Islands, without me having to pour my rum and coke into the gallon of cooling water. This will all be carried on except for the bird dummy load. Put in the overhead bin on the plane, along with my computer, probably at my feet. And we'll be on 6 meters from Victor Peter to Victor on the island of Anegada the last 2 weeks of June 2013. Hope to work many stations. But the main purpose of this video is to show a compact 1 kilowatt out 6 meter amplifier in a form factor that's quite small. Thanks a lot. 73s from Riley and me, and hope to work you on 6 meters.